Evening, everybody. Philly Soccer Page Postgame Show. I'm Mike Cervito here with Nick Fishman tonight. Philadelphia Union draw with league leaders LAFC 1-1. A really strong soccer match, I think, from both teams. I thought it was a worthy match between two of the top teams in the league. Put this out on video now that we just heard it from Jim Curtin. Marco Fabian missed the match tonight because he missed a team meeting yesterday, and nothing more than that. But 1-1 result. Probably, I think we all kind of assumed, talked about this. Fair result.
Fair result. Obviously, the Union get the early jump. It's felt like LAFC played their best kind of sandwich between the half and toward the end of the half and then the beginning of the second half. And then I think with the introduction of Ilsinho, the Union really felt like they were the team pressing and looking for that winner, almost as if LAFC were a little bit tired, a little bit
it felt like that later on.
Down.
Yeah. We'll get back to Ilsinho, and I want to talk about Sergio Santos, too, off the bench. Extremely big match for the Union defense tonight. I thought Kai Wagner was immense playing against the top striker in the league. I thought Mark McKenzie was really good, and Jack Elliott and Ray Gaddis had really strong matches as well.
They're facing, as Jim Curtin said, the MVP of this league. Carlos Vela is doing things that nobody in this league has done. 28 goals, I think 15 assists. Coming back from injury, so maybe a little bit of rust. But for a guy that pops up all over the field, you have to be able to communicate as a back line. They did that, and then, as you said, Kai was on him most of the game, and he was shut down all except for a weird bounce off the crossbar, and he's there to pounce, and that's what goal scorers do. But what the Union did was not let him create chances, and I don't know if he created a single real chance all game.
We'll have to watch it back, but I don't think he was involved as you've seen him over past weeks. LAFC definitely created some really golden chances. I thought Andre Blake made a couple of saves that maybe we've not even seen him make this season that really kept them in this.
There was that one from, I think it was Atuesta, that was like a little bit of a rocket. And
got his fingers on it.
That's an unbelievable stretch, and you kind of miss seeing those acrobatics, and it's a good thing you're not seeing as much of it. So I'd rather not see it, but it's a nice reminder of how good of a goalie he is.
Ali Bedoya comes back after missing the Atlanta game through suspension. I thought he covered a ton of ground tonight. I thought he was in the LAFC players' faces. He got into it with Blessing at one point. I think that's what we've come to expect from Bedoya.
You need that intensity when you have a midfield as talented as LAFC's. Even kind of looking at that, like what Bedoya brings is somebody that can cancel out their speed, their technical ability. And you kind of saw Montero in this game get a little bit neutralized by how good of, an equally athletic midfield that poses the same kind of problems he does. And it's nice to have Bedoya back in the lineup who can offer something that is unique to Harris, unique to Montero, and really kind of give you that grit that you need in tough, close, competitive games like this.
Yeah, I thought it was a really feisty midfield matchup through the whole thing. I thought LAFC did a pretty good job to neutralize Harris's passing, and Jamiro, I thought, had one of his quietest games since he's come over. Kasper Shabilko, after the Atlanta game, kind of called LAFC a little bit. And I think we just talked to him in the locker room, and he has some really nice things to say about the quality of LAFC, but he also scores a goal. So backing up what he's saying. Yeah.
You're playing a Hollywood team in LAFC, and Kasper's not one of those Hollywood strikers around this league, but now he's tied, I think, for 5th in goals with his 14th of the season.
Yep.
And you might not know his name if you're a casual fan of this league, but he's proven it, and I think he's done it in limited games, limited minutes, and he's just producing. He's backing up his play, and it's something where, similar to Corey Burke last year, you got to ride the hot hand, but he seems a little more talented and a little bit more likely to kind of keep up the quality performances.
We did just learn from Jim Curtin that Kasper only came out with cramps, so I think he'll be good to go for next week. Sergio Santos comes in off the bench for Kasper, which I don't think was the sub that they were looking for. Ilsinho came in before that. I thought that they were both really strong off the bench tonight.
Yeah, and you would think it probably would have been Fafa coming off the side and you kind of replicate what you did against Atlanta United.
Yeah, I think so.
But Sergio, now including the game against Pumas, he's showing why he was acquired. He's got speed. He's lethal when going forward. I don't think he's great when you're trying to build up and trying to break down a team.
Yeah.
But when a game is stretched like this, I think he really shines and shows his quality as a forward in this league, whether it's on the wing or tonight we saw him playing centrally.
Jim mentioned that he's pushing for a starting spot. It felt like he probably kept with Fafa and Aronson tonight just because of their defensive work rate. So Santos gives you a lot of running, but certainly doesn't give you the defensive work that those two players do. Other results around the league tonight. New York City won this afternoon and went 6 points clear, 5 points now with the Union's win. Atlanta dropped at home tonight by Columbus 3-1. Big result for Philadelphia.
That's what you want, because if you can finish second, you avoid having to play that road game for 2 rounds now. You're going to have a team playing on short rest in your home building. That's ideal.
Yeah.
NYCFC, they don't have Hebert. They're not going to maybe they could drop some points. They have Atlanta in their own fixtures, so that first seed is not out of the question. But that Atlanta loss really makes it look like the Union have a real shot at finishing first or second. And second's not going to be the worst thing in the world, where you have 2 home games before playing on the road, but you're going to have a whole week of rest before that match.
There's only 4 games left in the season now. 3 of them are on the road. You have a really difficult stretch coming up now where you travel to San Jose, you travel to Columbus, and you travel to Red Bulls. I'm not positive if it's in that order. Yeah. Those 3 games, 9 points available. How many points are you happy taking?
I'm happy with 6. I think you take the match on the road, especially at this point in the season when you're pressing. You have something to play for. You're not just throwing away those road games.
Yeah.
San Jose's tricky, but Curtin said this is the hardest selection he had in his career because of the depth of this team.
Yeah.
They're all healthy, and you saw against Pumas a team that you could start almost a unique starting 11 that has every right to go out there and compete in San Jose. There's no reason, if you have a front line of, say, Wooten, Santos, and Ilsinho might get a rest that game, but and Aronson, maybe you mix it up different ways.
Yeah.
You have a lineup that can go out there and be expected to not just get 1 point or play for a draw, but maybe get all 3 points.
Yep. I think we'll wrap up there. 1 home game left in the season, NYCFC on the last day, and we'll see you then.